Let's hope we got some volume. You need to run in there and turn that damn air conditioner off real quick.
Well, I might get hot.
No, you won't. You won't. Trust me, you won't do it. You'll be okay, girl. And there we go. We have sound. Telfa Hudden. There she goes. There we go. Here we go. Are we having sound? I'm having. Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. Are you good?
Can you hear us?
There we go. There we go. I don't know why it's doing something different tonight because Terry isn't here. But I have to answer a question.
Terry's there.
Where's Terry?
Terry's right there.
Ah, there he is.
We didn't think you'd be here. We thought you'd still be on that beautiful boat. We've been watching all the pictures, and looks like a good time.
That SOCOM 45, Kevin, was the... Now, I was a big SEAL. And I got big hands. But you couldn't... It was heavy as shit. You couldn't get in a smaller guy. Most SEALs are not as big and stupid as I am. Couldn't get their hand around that thing. The only it was cool gun because it was really big and it had a suppressor that went with it, and the suppressor worked. You could shoot it dry and it would really suppress the sound. There's no such thing as a silencer. It would suppress the sound. Or you could submerge it in a bucket of water and fill it wet and put it on, and it really quieted it down. The only real quiet suppressor things is a Hush Puppy 22 or a bullet that is flying under subsonic speed, and they used to make them for the Hush Puppies 9mm, not the 22 subsonic rounds. We hated that thing. It was big, heavy, and I didn't like carrying a pistol. My gun worked. I didn't like carrying a secondary. We only really carried secondaries for close quarter combat. For the Arctic, jungle, desert, you had your M14 and M16, something like that. You didn't carry that shit. I didn't like carrying pistols. It was just something else getting in the way. How you doing?
Pretty good.
You fed us up good last night. Greg, Hosenfeld, me.
We've had a nice time. Hosenfeld was here, and we had a great time. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. You all would love him. And he brought gifts. He brought me this beautiful turquoise bracelet. His mother lives there. Well, where did he say? In Arizona or somewhere where all this is
New
done.
Mexico.
He brought cases of booze down here, and we just sort of drank and fished and ate. That's what we did.
That's all we did. That's all we were going to do.
Yeah, with Herman, we're so sorry about your mom, sweetheart. I know everybody up here's been writing. I mean, I'm getting them backwards. Dean, we're sorry about your mom. Anything you need, all you have to do is just holler. I know everybody's been writing to you, but we're very sorry. I know that is hard. And Herman, I'm glad you're out of the woods. I had no idea what you had been through. I knew that you'd had some heart problems, but damn. But I saw a picture of you. You must have been on your bike today, because I saw you wearing your leather vest, and I think you were on your motorcycle. So I'm glad to see that you're up and about and doing good.
You can make a duck hunt. Both of them. That'll relieve some tension. We tried to relieve Hosenfeld's tension down here, but
I don't think Hosenfeld liked your breakfast this morning. And I don't blame him. Oh my God.
We'll save it for the video. I think Hosenfeld's a little bit of I wouldn't call him a picky eater, but I'd call him a picky eater.
I would have been a picky eater
like
this
that.
morning.
Well, you just got to test people. That's how they test your mettle.
No. Don cooked up some shit for breakfast this morning.
We give him an Eastern Shore meal, so there you go.
You about got yourself on fire.
There you go. It is dry. It is dry here, and that is such a good thing. I've been out in the tractor all day since Hosenfeld left, and disked 70% of this property, and I'm going to finish the rest of it and do it again. I got to get in there twice, and then I got a bush hog and hopefully my impoundment guy is going to show up here next week, and let's get this party started, man.
I'm tired of hearing about it. I hope he comes on.
Oof, I'm tired of
Gets
talking
it done.
about it. I could talk about millet all day long, but these impoundments of wanting when you want. No, I'm tired of them.
Where's all my girls on here?
Where's Robin at? Where's
Robin and Janice and Lily and Tina?
They got some hot dates tonight or something.
Guess so.
And the woodpecker, yeah, it's the woodpecker's a problem. I asked Hosenfeld. I said, "Did you hear that woodpecker?" And he said, "Oh yeah, he was up in there. He's up in the barn, and just tapping." And that flipping woodpecker
Tina.
is driving me crazy. Tina's on here.
Yeah, I need
Okay,
some of
we're
my
all
girls
good
to
go.
back me up on
Robin's
here.
on here, good to go. So we are set. You ever fire some big guns off the side of a ship? We used to. I'll tell you, that's a crazy ass story. July 7th, June 7th, that's my birthday. We used to do fan fires off of the ship, and I could go into all kinds. We would just unload. They would throw over bags of trash, because that's what they do. If nobody knows what the Navy does and ships at sea do, they throw trash over the side, big bags full of that shit, and we would just shoot that stuff to pieces. 40 millimeter grenades, all the so we just unload on these bags of trash and shit. And I always hated the practice, but we did it. And we were going to crank off some AT-4s one time, and the task unit commander was on another ship and heard we were going to do that. He stopped us. Stop what you're doing. Do not shoot those AT-4s at those bags of trash in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean. And when I got after him about it, he said they float, and one of the ships could hit them, and that shape charge could go through the hull of that ship. And I guess that's why they make lieutenants. Most Navy ordnance is designed with a scoop on the ordnance that when it hits water, it will detonate that charge. So never mind. It's a long story. I didn't like that guy.
So they were having, the Republican thing was having some kind of a fundraiser, a competition shooting today. I wanted Dawn to go because they had pulled pork, and the guy that's going to be doing the impounds was cooking the pig today, but I couldn't get him off the tractor. He would not get off.
And everybody expects a lot out of me, too. They go, "Oh, he's a SEAL, watch this." Oh, he missed. Oh, he missed again. Oh, he missed again. No.
That's why you didn't want to go. You was afraid you'd get outshot.
I got work to do here. I got to get this place ready. So, no, we should have gone. I had to get it done.
I got in my pool today. It took me about 15 minutes to get off the freaking steps. That damn thing is cold.
June 7th, there comes Trucker Dean. That's okay, bro. Good enough. Good enough. On dates because my house caught on fire. Robin, you always got a place down here, girl. Navy nurses. I was all over her the other night about Navy nurses.
Dean, actually, if that's the only time you can come on. I'll put you upstairs. But actually, my whole family from Tennessee's coming in on the 6th of July. They're going to be here for a week, so...
It's a June 6th.
Scroll down to it.
I told you what it said.
Well, I don't trust you. Scroll down to it.
Okay. There.
Oh, okay, June 7th will be fine.
Everybody has a thing going on. Caleb put on a toady here. A toady there.
What?
Caleb put on a show toady there. Okay, Mech Ultra guy. He's the ultra light beard dude. I don't know what he's talking about. I think Caleb did really well at shooting there. And his done his buddy Tina. No, we're not getting that dog. We're not getting the dog. We're not getting the dog. Warrior's just way too jealous. I mean, he's way too possessive of me. Only going to be 2 here in June. He's not even 2 years old yet. There's a lot of work to do with the Warrior, and it's just not going to work. I can't do it to him. He'd go nuts. Me dividing my attention between him and a puppy, which needs a lot of attention. It wouldn't work. So no, we pushed off it. I told the guy thank you, but can't do it. Regrettably.
And if you'd see the dog hair in my house, I don't need any more dog hair. That's for sure.
If we had another dog here, we'd be making mattresses.
We would.
There you go. Okay. I'll give Diane a call just to confirm. Okay, that's not a question. It's not a question. Trucker Dean's making me angry. Somebody was asking Rand about vodka for you. I was screwing around with you. I'm screwing around with you, Dean. I'm screwing around with everybody because I've been on a tractor all flipping day long.
What about vodka?
I obviously never heard this story before. Me and Diane drink a lot of vodka.
Well, I don't.
Well, I don't either. But when I left Afghanistan, I flew to Uzbekistan, and I had to stay there for a couple of times for a number of days. And Uzbekistan was a former Soviet republic, and it was one of those places. And all the liquor stores had vodka, and I am very, very good at pidgin English. I don't care what language you speak. I can make you understand me because I've been doing it for so long. And I went into this Uzbek liquor store that was nothing but vodka, whole place. And I got that guy that was running that place when I came in, and I got him to understand that I wanted his best bottle of vodka in the entire store. And he brought it to me. Remember that shit? It was beautiful. The bottle was even worth just buying for the bottle.
Yeah, that was a pretty bottle.
And then I said, okay, I want your second best. And he brought me his second best. And I bought both of those for like $6 and $7 a piece and flew them home. And we drank them as soon as I triple distilled the best Russian vodka. And we drank that shit. And
we got shit-faced.
And we went nutty. We went trapping.
So, if somebody wants to know what vodka I drink?
We're trapping platypuses. Kitty.
Is someone having trouble with the video freezing?
Oh God, it's one of those
Evil
guys.
one.
Evil one. There you go. Oh my God, no, I don't think so. It's just evil. It's him. Any kind of vodka, all that stuff.
I really just sort of like the middle stuff. I just like Smirnoff. I drink Tito's, I drink Grey Goose, I drink all that stuff, but I just like plain old Smirnoff. If it's too strong, you don't want to be around me, I think. But somebody asked you earlier if there's anything I don't like to cook.
It's a platypus. Platypus, duck-billed platypus. You know, them fucking Australians damn near killed them things to extinction.
Speaking of Australians, you're wearing your Mick shirt.
I am. I'm wearing my Mick shirt, and I'm hammering Australians for damn near wiping platypuses off the planet for their pelts.
We need to try to talk calm so it won't get messed up.
I've been on a tractor all day.
I'm watching American Idol tonight because it's the finale, and I want Alejandro to win. Is that how you say it? Alejandro. He sings like Jim Croce.
I can sing like that. All you got to do is get in a bad mood and sing. I mean, that's what he is. He's in a bad mood all the time. He sings. There's the big guy.
All right, Mad Dog's up here. Mad Dog, you have next video. You have got to karaoke just a little bit of Ride Sally Ride. Just a little, and let them see. They're wanting to see you do it.
Don't do that. Jim's going through withdrawals here because we haven't been putting his videos up because we're inundated with some stuff. But my favorite Mad Dog memory is he talked me into going with him to North Carolina to hike up this. It was like Mount Everest, man. I mean, we were hiking.
Shit.
And when we were done, we got thirsty, and we stopped into a American Legion or VFW, and that place was jumping. And Jim gets up for karaoke, and he sings that Ride Sally Ride
Mustang
song,
Sally.
and he gooned it completely up. I mean, it was god awful. It was terrible. And so Jim's just being funny, and he tells the whole bar something about "forgive me, I'm Navy," and that's all he said. He didn't say anything about a SEAL, nothing about it. He just made a joke to everybody in there. I'm sorry, I'm Navy. And here comes this fucking guy, straight up to me and Jim, and he goes, "My son's a SEAL. He's stationed at the Pentagon. He was a SEAL and all this shit." Me and Jim are just looking with nothing to SEAL, no t-shirts, no nothing. This guy starts in about this, and Jim goes, "What's his name?" And the guy tells him, and Jim has shit. Mad Dog has stuff all over him, man. You never want to go against that guy.
That's why he puts everything in that fanny pack.
And he pulls out this, I don't know what it was, one of those old phones or something that you could type shit in, and he punched that dude's name in, and he looked at him and he goes, "Nah, he was never a SEAL," and walked away and left me standing there. That guy's mouth was open so wide you could have shoved an apple in it.
Was it his son?
Well, that's what he said. But Jim pulled up the database right on this little thing. I don't forget what those things were. It was a little plastic pen that you could type shit in. Jim
that
loves
was
gadgets.
what you used to use with them Blackberries or whatever it was.
Jim loved gadgets. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nah, he was never a SEAL. And then some old guy fell off the bar stool in front of us. That's the way I want to go. I want to die with a goose call in my mouth.
Well, you're not going to die falling off a bar stool because you'll never leave past the damn mailbox.
Fall over a bar stool.
You might fall head first off them rocks.
The VFW. What a way to go. Well, we had to resuscitate him. I forget what me and Jim did. We jumped right in there. That old guy cracked his noggin, man. Fell right off that stool. I think we had to perform a craciotomy on him and shit. I don't remember. Maybe Jim does.
He's got my necklace around his head.
Poor buddy. Dakota's going through a weird stage today. He's shaking right now. All right, where are we at? What about the squirrels? I don't know. What about the squirrels? Palm Pilot, that's what it is. I don't know anything about the squirrels. Dakota loves chasing everything. So, woodpeckers, squirrels, all that shit. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? I'll get Mad Dog's video up. You need to send your stuff to dogofmadness@aol.com because he is going through withdrawals that I'm not getting these videos up. But we got a good phony. I've managed to turn that into 3 different parts for very good reasons. And then Hosenfeld shows up, so we got to get his video up tomorrow. But we'll keep Jim. We'll keep Jim going. He's in there.
Jim and Lane got to get up here this summer at some point.
Now we got me and Jim barroom fights. I don't remember. No, we were team 2 together. And any barroom fights? No, we got arrested in Germany though. But no, the coolest thing Mad Dog did is I came off a deployment and I was Chief Master at Arms team, and meaning I could push everybody around and nobody could push me around, whatever. And Jim was coming off an assignment in Tennessee as the detailer. He wrote people orders, and I had worked with Jim before at SEAL Team 2. Me and Jim did a lot of shit together. We've done a lot of stuff together. And he's just a fantastic operator, fantastic SEAL, fantastic. And you didn't want to get on his bad side because Mad Dog was Mad Dog. And he calls me, and as the Chief Master at Arms, and he's coming back to SEAL Team 2. And he says, "Hey, dude, I need my locker back." I was like, "You need your locker back?" He was like, "I need my locker back." And I was like, well, which one is it? He was like 007. Because all our cages, we had cages. He needed his cage back. Kept all our wet shit in there, but everything. We would dress in there in the morning, dress when we would leave. And he wanted 007. And I said, all right, man, I'll do it for you. Senior enlisted. And there was some new guy in his locker, and I went over and got him. I said, dude, you got to get out of here. Pack your shit and go find another cage. Mad Dog's coming back to Team 2. So I always hold that over his head. It works. What else is going on? Walking. They were called squirrels in boot camp. They were called squirrels. I never... You did. Oh, the squirrel. Okay. Yeah, Mad Dog. He's talking about his survival bullshit. He drags me up to North Carolina, and he is making these survival videos, and he's going to snare squirrels in his backyard in North Carolina. He has beautiful property up there. And I just laughed. He's rigging these wire things along this dead tree, and I just laughed. And I think we went to town and poached some trout. We went to illegal trout fishing or something. I forget what we were doing. Boozed it up and came back, and I'll be damned if there wasn't a squirrel dangling his ass off in that snare, flipping all over. I couldn't believe it. He actually caught one, and I couldn't bring myself to clunk him on the head. So I tried to catch this squirrel and snip that wire off of him. You know, you did it. We got video of it. You're good to go, man. You are a survival expert. And that squirrel went nuts on me, man. I'm only trying to help the damn thing. And I think that was the biggest kick Jim ever had in his life, was watching me try to get that snare off that squirrel's head. But he did it not only once, but twice. He did it again the next day. I never saw anything like it. But Jim will feed you if you're in a survival situation. And that was we mentioned that in the video Jim did the other day, but it didn't expound on it. And we were running Extreme Seal Experience, and Boating World magazine wanted to do a piece about surviving on a desert island. If you are in your boat, and Boating World magazine is a huge magazine. They wanted to do an article, if you survived, were stranded on a desert island, what would you do? And I thought, well, fuck. Come on, they asked me, can we do it? Will you do that? And so we had a little island off the North Carolina coast, and I got Jim all set up with a boat, and I just left. I said, here's Jim. Jim met the guy and took him and was going to do all this crazy stuff on this small island where there was no fresh water, there was no food, there was no nothing. I mean, you got to shelter, shade, food, water. I mean, you got to get it all. And they put the boat in the water, and the engine wouldn't start. When Jim pulled the engine, it ripped the outboard. It ripped the line off of it, and they couldn't get it started. And disaster has set in already for Extreme Seal Experience in Boating World magazine. And Jim fixed the engine with his Leatherman. He opened that top of that engine, undid all those bolts, rewound that line, and fired that engine up, and that's all that dude basically wrote about in the article, was how impressed he was that Jim was able to repair that outboard motor and get them over there. And then he made a bunch of the pieces of plastic in the sand to collect water and all that stuff. But that impressed the shit out of that guy and put us on the map.
I remember that. Yeah. Somebody wanted to know about Gallagher. We don't know. We know as much as you do. I've been reading today that Trump is in the works to pardon them. I don't know how you get pardoned if you have not been convicted yet. And so they've really not gone to trial, so I don't know how that works. But I guess if the president wants to say this is enough of this shit, he can do it.
Executive
and
privilege.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
We've had enough of this shit. I've seen the video. Enough. And pardon those other dudes for that. And that's going to turn the military around a little bit.
We
That's
got
a
to,
good thing.
we got,
What are you on about? I'm talking about Trump pardoning, and all of a sudden you're on some shit. Sometimes you confuse me.
I know I'm reading and you're not, because you
Well, let me.
can't read.
I don't know. Did that other man actually retire for saying clap after a strip club? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Tina, that's the shit that's going on right now. And Evil One's got his hand full on here. I'll let him tell you, but we've been sharing some stuff. Evil One's after a fellow aviator that is grossly embellishing what actually happened overseas to make a Senate run. But I can see, because Master Chiefs, me and Jim would not last a day in the military today, I'm sure. But Master Chiefs are masters of analogies, like your Navy to retire. Yeah, we got a real problem. Those Chinese got to be lapping that stuff up. I don't know if you guys are into Chinese for dummies, but you better pick up a copy, because that's the way this is going.
EFD, thank you for all the advice about the boiler. I'm going to let Don tell you just real quick about the boiler guy that pulled up here. But yes, it is fixed, or we think it's fixed temporarily. But tell him about the boiler guy. Oh, man.
This guy was the kid in dueling banjos that played the banjo.
With the
I know
suspenders.
he was. I know he was. He's just older now. And here he comes, and the boiler was just spewing hot water everywhere. I don't know how long that damn thing had run before we caught it. But he walks into the boiler room right over here, and he does this. He glances, and he looks at the pressure tank that's up there, and he goes, "There's your problem right there." And I went, damn, you're good. And he goes, your bladder's gone. And I, damn, that was easy. I was screwing around with all kinds of shit. And he goes, it's pretty heavy. I'm going to have to take a drill and drill a hole and drain the water out of it. And he said, I got one in the truck. I'll replace it. And so he drills a hole in it. I said, do you need anything from me? He said, no, I'm fine in here. So he drills the hole in the thing, the perfectly good one, replaces it with another perfectly good one, and then he figures out, well, that's not the problem. So I'm charged for all that shit. And so it was a valve in there to not overpressurize the boiler that would make it blow up and kill everybody in the entire fucking house and for a square block. And he just bypassed that. He said, that's your problem right there. He said, I could replace it, but you'll be paying me overtime. So I just bypassed it. You're fine. And I said, worst case, what's going to happen at 2 o'clock in the morning when you leave and I'm in bed? And he was like, I'll be fine.
So EFD, if we're not going to be fine, if we're going to get blown up here in our bed, let us know, because that's basically what happened. And
I replaced the pressure cutoff valve. I thought it was open and was just stuck in the open position. I replaced that where the water was draining out of. And when he said the word overtime, he goes, I'll replace it. I measured the distance.
we're going to get blowed up.
Be okay. Jeff says so. I don't know where that guy came from, but he's a boiler repair guy. He knew his shit. He's like me. I'll tell you what he's like. He's like me. When the car won't start, I'm ripping up shit underneath the hood. The last place I'll check is the battery. And it's the battery.
I don't know.
So that was him. I'm going to just start ripping shit apart. And the last place I'm going to check is what is actually broke. So bypass pressure relief is a time bomb. We'll be all right, Larry. Now, it's a long story. But I keep going out there and checking the pressure, and pressure's fine. I don't know what else to do, man. I'm left at the hands of professionals in Cambridge, Maryland. Not good. Now the girl's all upset. She cancels your check. All right, where are we at? Drill a hole in a perfectly good tank. He knew his shit. That's right. I was so impressed because I had done so much in there. I was like, it's got to be this valve. And I bought pipe dope. I bought the valve, and that guy said to me when he sold it to me, it won't just. There's your problem. I got to drill in the truck. Okay, I'm stupid. I don't know what to do. So, there you go. Where's Greg on here? I think he's mad, and he's left the building.
He's probably drunk.
Probably.
He's been up there drinking beer all day.
From the Democratic shooting match or whatever.
Not the Democratic, the Republican.
I don't know. I couldn't make it. I have to get this place ready for the impoundments to go in.
Okay.
These impoundments, no, we're fine. Okay, what do you got?
What? I'm reading.
I got sunstroke. I'm out of this thing. Greg Scott, there he goes. Saying, your local hardware store. Yeah, okay. Pressure relief. They're all over us right now.
What do you think about men with long hair and long beards? I love it.
And them Russians.
I don't like long hair and long beards. Herding chickens is telling us what we need to do.
Okay, it's not a pressure relief valve.
Oh, God. Are we still talking about this thing?
It is some kind of valve that the water goes through to prevent it from overpressurizing. There's a pressure relief valve that will, if it goes, that's what I thought it was. It was blowing. So he got down there with a wrench and he screwed around with it and he goes, okay, let's try the plumber's fix. And he was banging on that thing. These copper pipes are shaking all over the place. I was like, he's going to bust one of these pipes. And he goes, that's your problem right there. That needs to be replaced. And then he went on overtime and then he just isolated them. So the water goes around that and into the boiler. What's the matter, buddy? So we'll be fine, guys. We'll be just fine. Coda's completely out of control today. He hasn't had his thing.
Why does that dumb thing keep popping up?
Just don't worry about it. I did
We actually, getting the boat out, Dawn actually went over yesterday and got the boat out of storage. We took it to another marina. We put the Zodiac in storage and we're getting the bottom painted. We have to have it sanded and painted with this special paint so that barnacles and all that shit's not getting on it because we want to leave it in the water. So, and that's going to be what, a week or so, and then we'll be bringing it home.
Good weather. 2 weeks we'll have it back. Put it in the water, it'll be fine. It needs done once a year, but we don't have a boat lift here, and you don't even want to start on these EPA guys around here getting a boat lift in.
Okay, this is what? A picture of an inflatable boat that has art in it. Some NCDU boat artwork. The bottom says U.S. Navy Combat Demolition, and in the top part of the boat is an octopus wearing a hat that is holding onto 4 things: barbed wire, a block of TNT, a beach obstacle, and some 4th item.
I'm not even doing this, Kevin. Mad Dog is. Jim, I know the thing you're talking about, the octopus there. Let's see if Mad Dog is still on here, because Mad Dog will pull this shit up quick.
Jim, if you're on there, answer Kevin's question.
I'm sure he's got one right on his thing, and I don't know. 4 things: a barbed wire, block of TNT, a beach obstacle, and the 4th item can't identify. Can you describe it? Oh, it's cap crimpers. Is that what the?
Herding Chicken said crimping pliers.
Cap crimpers. Crimping elastic, uh, non-electric blasting caps. That might be it. I will pull it up for you at the end of this if Jim's not on here still. But that was cap crimpers. You take the blasting cap. That's where you really, when you're a nervous new guy, you got to take that blasting cap and slide it down on time fuse or detonating cord. You cannot push it down too hard because that shit will penetrate and detonate that cap. And when you get it down there that far, you take those cap crimpers on there. I got a pair right here. I got a pair right here. I got everything. And crimp that cap on there. Or you could be like me and just take it and bite down on the end of that thing, but you couldn't crimp it up too high because you would do the same thing. Blasting caps are the most sensitive part of the demolition chain. You got to be careful with them, but even then, I've never seen a real accident happen with a blasting cap either.
So for you boys that have been down here, you know the big 3-seater golf cart we've got. Well, that's what Hosenfeld was driving back and forth, just like all of you guys. So this morning we were eating, and I said, "Did Don? You knew that there were headlights on that golf cart, right?" And he said, "I didn't need them." He said the driveway was showing up pretty good. I did fine. And then when he left, I walked out there, and those glow sticks that stick up.
The reflector lights, he just mowed them down like a fence row.
I don't know if it was no lights or all that beer he'd been drinking all day, but he could have had the damn headlights on, I believe. That was so funny. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. He drove over it again today, getting me out of here. Yeah. I was like, take me down to the barn. Bloop, 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 bloop. So, no. There you go.
I'm just feeling so funny.
She's gooning today. She's been in the pool. She did a good bunch of work. It's dry. We're happy. We are set. And there's nothing else going on. You'll see the Hosenfeld thing. I tortured him while he was up here. If you come up here, I'm going to make you do some kind of dumb shit, like Chuck and all that bunch. So Hosenfeld got the full Diane Shipley treatment of delectable delights from the Eastern Shore.
I bet he went to McDonald's first thing when he left here this morning.
He did. He really did.
Yep.
He was like, I can't eat like you can, man. I'm stuffed. I was like, yeah, bullshit. You just didn't fucking want to eat that crap. Easy day. All right. There's Chuck. There's the cab crimpers. There's Bill's soybeans. I don't know what that is and what's new in farming. Rice. As soon as I get the impoundments in, it's rice, chufa, lots of millet, spring wheat. We got everything going on around here. I have to get the impoundments. And Hosenfeld saw that. He made a comment about that. That you can't quite grasp the place off video, and that's true. But we took it.
We were all in that window, hollering, "Chuck!"
Well, I heard it. I was like, you didn't tell him he's still running, but it's finicky. The gas pedal sticks. And that's why we got the other one for the guys, like Chuck and Herman and Infantryman and everybody that comes up here. That's your golf cart. It's a nice one. Don't drive my beater. Next thing I heard, wow!
Chuck.
Like, is somebody on that flipping golf cart? Yeah, it's Chuck with the gas pedal stuck, blazing a trail.
Kevin, the pot cream is working great. We got 2 recliners in there with the table, and I put my pot cream right on that table. And about every night watching TV, I just pull up my britches and rub that shit on my knee. About 10 minutes, I'm good to go. It works, don't it?
I think it's a placebo.
No, it's not. Greg uses it too. Greg
there's
uses pot
there's
cream.
that name again.
Works good.
I think it's just a placebo. I'll tell you about placebos.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
No, the tide has never gotten in our pool, thank God. But I have heard nightmares about swimming pools that have flooded from the tide, and I guess it just makes that, if you have a liner like we have, I guess it just makes that damn liner float to the top. So I hope we don't ever have
We've
that.
been a little close. It's come close up there. No, we haven't done that. So. Okay.
Flaresy, puff, puff, pass. Now we're not going to start talking about pot.
I don't even know what that means.
What do you think it means? We're talking about pot cream. He said puff, puff, pass. Is that what it means?
They used to do all kinds of scientific experiments on us. I can't tell you some of the shit they've done to me personally in my platoons, but a lot of it revolved around winter warfare and cold, being cold all the time. And they came up and in the Arctic with us, and they gave us applesauce. These are scientists, they're studying cold weather. What they were trying to do was find a pill that they could give guys that would enhance your performance without it being methamphetamines or some shit. And they gave us all applesauce, but only half of us knew that we were getting it, but we didn't know who was getting the drug. And they would have us in our underwear in snow drifts on a laptop computer playing computer games, and they would monitor. It was weird. We would sit in the snow for long periods of time playing computer games in our flipping underwear and jungle boots. And I was the platoon chief, and we came off a mountain from skiing, and we were all in a van, and half of the platoon turned on the other half. There was no reason for it. We weren't exhausted. There was nothing going on, but it went nutty. Guys lost their flipping minds, and I went down there and knocked on the door of that head scientist that was doing that, and I said, "Doc, I don't know who you are giving that medication to, but here's the list of the names who went fucking nuts today in the van for no damn good reason. I mean, they went nutty." And that's the last we saw of them.
What was it they were giving them?
It was I don't know, but it turned, and I still don't know the outcome. I only know that half of the guys really went nuts for no good reason.
It made them agitated?
On the other guys. Agitated isn't quite the word. And then they turned into fisticuffs, trying to calm everybody down. It was really bad, but here's the list, and then we never saw those guys again.
I miss all the fun.
They did it to us in the desert as well, trying to get they did it to the Green Berets in the desert. They did it to us in the desert, trying to get this thing, and it didn't work. But I don't know if I ended the experiment for them or not, but that was the end of that.
Evil One says in the Air Force, they give the pilots lovingly called go pills. So it's speed. Yeah, that's what he says. Speed will make you mean sometimes, don't it?
Now, they give guys stuff. Vietnam kept going. I mean, there's all kinds of shit going on.
They gave the guys Viagra. No.
Well, Tootsie, we're idling it here. I'm having a hell of a time with my ass right now.
God.
And I got my sciatic nerve is just bugging the shit out of me after 5 hours on that tractor.
So forgive us. We're going to have to cut this a little bit short and get Don off his ass.
I'm trying to keep a straight face here, a game face on, but my ass is killing me.
There's Jim. Jim didn't answer that question.
Jim, you son of a bitch.
We've been telling
Did you get that question or no, man? We got a live, bro. Oh my God.
I think he meant a live one. A phony, Jim?
Jim, you didn't get that question, dude? I thought you'd be all over the octopus one. I think Jim stopped to make a toddy. Okay, I'm gonna go down because I will find this here real quick for everyone while you talk about your mother and Food City Friday.
Jimbo, Kevin has a question down there. It's about the picture of that octopus.
As soon as you left, we had a question for you, and you abandoned us. So you talk you talk about your mother. I don't need to scroll down. He does. I'm going to do it. Talk about your mother.
Scroll down.
Why?
Jim, it's that picture that... Okay, he passed it up.
It's the octopus one.
It's the picture of that octopus.
Diane, my ass is hurting.
There it is.
I will get this answered just that quick because Jim is not working well tonight. So you start talking about your mother and watch this. Watch how quick I do this.
I'm not on my game.
You're not on your game.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, there it is right there.
That's an octopus. He's got a little hat on.
That's an octopus. That's an octopus. He's got an obstacle, a charge. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna have to.
Well, they said it was crimpers.
Well, I don't know if I can tell what that is or not. I would have to. I would have to enlarge the picture some. And this is just going bad right here.
Don't be messing with it.
You see the obstacle? It looks like a block of TNT. I can't really make that out, but it doesn't look like any kind of cap crimpers I've seen.
Jim might be answering it now. We can't see the screen.
It looks like a, to me it looks like a lamb. Demolition thing. I don't know. Okay, let's try it. I don't think it's a set of cap crimpers. Inflatable boat with a picture and some. I know that. I get that. Barbed wire, block of TNT, and beach option. Fourth item. I can't identify. I couldn't identify it either. So Jim is studying this as quick as he can. I will figure that out and let you guys know what that obstacle was. I'll do a video tomorrow because we're banishing Jim now because he can't keep up with the rest of the class. If he's going to be on here, he needs to be on here. No, I don't know what that is, but that's one of the original insignia on there. So, you going to talk about your mom?
Nope.
Food City Friday?
Anything about Seaman Fody?
No. I don't know.
Hey!
I don't know. They are all over that clown.
Hey, BB.
No, Seaman Fody. And where's the other one? We got a good one today. There's no getting him. He masterfully, he's into stem cells. And he told them at the company he was working at, I guess his wife's a pretty respected physician, he told them he was a Navy SEAL to get hired onto this stem cell company, and they wanted to see his DD-214. And he shipped one real quick, and it was a masterpiece. I've never seen one that beautiful in my life that was posted about him being a Navy SEAL officer and EOD guy. I'll put it up. You guys have got to see this. And it went up on a Secret SEAL Facebook page that we have. And there was 111 comments and guys lighting that son of a bitch up and just picking that to pieces of what he did. And we think his grandfather might have actually served in SEAL team, UDT SEAL team in the Vietnam days. He glean some of that, but how he was able to get that close that you had to look and look and look at it. Well, officers don't get good conduct awards. Officers don't get re-enlistment codes. He never served in the military. I put it that way. We pulled his records. He never served in the military, but he doctored one hell of a good thing up. He looked good, and he's of course he is a hothead, and that's where it all started. They did get him onto the company. It passed the smell check, and everybody's afraid of him. And I just hate that shit. But somebody's questioning it, but they don't want to come forward. They don't want this guy on their radar. So I'd love to do it. We're working on him. But I will get every single phony. I go through dry spells here, but make no mistake about it, and she'll tell you, when something hits that email and I poke at them guys about let's get him on the phone, let's get him on the phone, I mean, I am all over it. I don't pass on a single opportunity. But these guys get a little hard to handle now. They're like white buffalo. I've killed them all. I mean, I've shot a lot of buffalo. I'm like the Wild West, and I've just stacked them up like cordwood. So
I'm going to have to go get me a cup of coffee.
What do we got here? Image here, the octopus, Seaman Fody. Yep, Terry has made some really nice changes to the website. I don't say that to him enough. I just look up and see shit. Don't even bother him.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that, Jimbo. And Mad Dog keeps telling you, look at the screen, Don. Look at the screen.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I don't either.
When you look at the bottom of the octopus, the very bottom thing on the right side is a World War II Japanese or German scully. It's an obstacle they would put down for the landing craft. What's up in the top left corner
looks like a block of ice to me.
A depth charge or a LAM type of device, an explosive device, but I can't be sure. And is next to that looks like a block of TNT. It's demolition units, but I have really no idea what that thing is that he's holding. It wouldn't take me long to find out.
That thing?
Yep.
It's a periscope that you look through. Ain't that a periscope? You don't think it is? Looks like to me. Or either a bong. It's a bong or it's a periscope.
I am tasking Mad Dog. Mad Dog is going to take a walk down memory lane and start posting all this shit up. I really can't tell. Boy.
Terry thinks it looks like a wine glass. Oh man, I think we're all a little punchy tonight.
I don't I know what you're talking about the debt plunger. It's all about demolitions. That's what it is. It's the demolitions. I don't think it's any kind of grenade. I mean, back then they were just destroying. He's got the obstacle down at the bottom, and whatever he has up there is used to destroy those obstacles. I mean, I can make that out there, so I don't think it's a flipping periscope.
Well, what if it is? What if it's an eyeglass?
A tomahawk.
Well, I'm better than Terry. Terry says it's one of those hand grenade throwy things.
There wasn't they weren't combat units like that. They blew up shit. So, and I don't think the handheld. I know what you guys are. What somebody suggested. It's close. I was looking at that. It looks like some kind of plunger of some type. I'm real familiar with some of the World War II ordnance, and I don't know what that is.
Hound said that they did make plungers like that.
And that's a potato masher, a German potato masher there. That's what they called that. It looks too big for one of those things. Now, that's just me. I could be wrong, but I'm really not sure. And I don't know what the top obstacle thing is. It doesn't... It looks like a device, but it doesn't look like a device. That's a German video masher. Maybe one with a plunger. I'm thinking that too. But it's really big, and they didn't use those. They used
Tina.
time fuse. Yeah, Tina, meat tenderizer there. I'm like, no, that's not a chemical pencil. It's not an anyway. We don't know, but I will put it up tomorrow, and we've got some really entertaining stuff with me and Hosenfeld having breakfast. I don't think he liked my choice of Eastern Shore delectables. He's a little bit of a picky eater. When Diane asked him about salad dressing last night, she goes, "Do you like blue cheese?" He went, "What else didn't he like?"
I'll pass.
I'll pass on blue cheese. She dumped French dressing on it. What else? There was something else he didn't. You asked him.
I don't know.
And when he said no to the blue cheese, I went, "Oh boy, oh boy." So, plunger box TNT, it could be. That's what I'm thinking of. Maybe it is a TNT box. Let me look at it again. The plunger box.
Oh God!
It doesn't look like a. We called them hell boxes. They had the old. They had some different modifications. That was the bar that we had in San Vito in Italy. It was called the hell box, and that's what you called the plunger, the hell box. It was the old TNT thing. There were a lot of forms of it, and that could be something, but I've never seen that. It's that little screwy thing on the end and the rod. Time fuse. I don't know, guys. I don't know. World War II. What? You all are confusing plumbing S.
Plumbing shit.
Okay. All right.
Nobody
Not a
knows.
galvanometer.
I think everybody's been drinking beer.
Not a galvanometer. Mad Dog's useless tonight. Greg's useless.
Mary
Everyone's
thinks
useless.
it's a wine glass. Tina thinks it's a meat tenderizer.
I got sciatica.
We're in a hell of a shape tonight.
Yeah, we're in terrible shape. Look, we appreciate it. I will figure out what that fucking octopus is holding and get back to you.
That fucking octopus.
Jim will figure it out, but it won't be till tomorrow morning about 9 o'clock when he wakes up. And somebody wrote something there.
6 Guinness.
Yeah, 6 Guinness. That's right. That's right, Jim. That's right, Jim. Folks, I'm out of here. I got to get off of this Coke and get into some orange
Lane
juice.
might win. He might win. He's pretty good. He's from Louisiana.
Who wrote that?
Big boy.
Big boys watching Lane. Oh,
Well, so do you watch it. Why the hell you talking about Big Boy? You watch it every night it comes on.
Okay, guys are just completely. It's a millet plant. It's a millet plant. Okay. It is. It's a Jap millet. Japanese millet plant.
Thanks, Hoppy. You guys have a good evening, too.
Good
We'll
night.
be better
Good night,
next
everybody.
week.
Thanks.